Video number 2. So this, I was just about to show you what I've been doing with Minnie, 7 months old. Thinking about putting the stop on her. She's heard the firing pistol, was absolutely fine. She's run out with mouse once for one of these with the dummy launcher. I'll just grab a few blanks. She's not done it by herself yet. She's not yet retrieved fur. Well, she has done once with a small ball, just to make sure she would pick it. Minnie, come on, get on. So this is what I was saying. Hopefully you can see her. So she's 9 months old. I think her retrieving's doing very well. Let me put everything away. Got my tennis racket. Just been conditioning the Corleone way, so I've been taking my time. I've never smacked her backside down once, and the whole time that I've had her, not used any discipline. Everything has been completely fun, and as you can see, she just wants to be around me the whole time. I've been trying to get her to sit herself, and saying sit and blowing the sit command as she's sitting herself, and now, as you can see, she does it. Now I'll give her the retrieve. G'day! Last! Come here! So sometimes he runs around me, but come here! If I was next to a fence, then here. Dead. Good girl. Okay, and look at that. Wants to play the game. Okay? Get on in. So she's been on a lead half a dozen times. Absolutely fine on a lead. Don't really have to use one really. Another thing we were talking about is reading the dog. So there's been a couple of times, obviously, I've had to try and introduce her to some rabbits and stuff like that, because if I want to take her out on the farm with me, or when she's with the cattle, the sheep, if I think she's going to chase after him at any time, like even if it's there, she'll look at him and I can just about tell if she's just about to start chasing. Prime example, I was letting some cattle out to grass last week, and obviously they were all running about, wanting to have, well, and she could see them all running about. Then all of a sudden I thought, that's it, she put her ears up and I thought she was going to go. I quickly ran in between me and the cow shouting, don't you fucking dare chase that. Gave her a growl, gave her a stare, just to stop that behaviour of chasing the cattle, because I'll tell you what, there's no way I'm going to let her chase my livestock or anyone else's. But anyway, another sit. It's amazing what gameplay can do, isn't it? G'day! Last there. That's it. Come here. Come here. Good girl. Dead. Right. Let's up it a little bit with the dummy launcher. Come on, get on. So she's still running around me. Very happy with how all this is going. Get on in. G'day! Oh shit, that's going towards my car. No, that's alright. Didn't think about that. So we're just letting her go out. She's obviously gone out to it. She's near enough there, needs to go right a bit more, and a little bit further out, but I let her work it out. Last! And look at that, she's keen to get out there. She's got to the full by herself, and now bringing back the retrieve. Come here. Come here. Dead. Good girl. So, again, look at that. Sat down, ready for the next one. Here we go, look at that. G'day! Out she goes. She's getting to the full 5. Last there! You can smell where it landed. That's it. Come here. Come here. Dead. Good girl. Right, let's swap to the fluffy thing. Again, sat there waiting. This is all done through gameplay and not giving her a retrieve until she sits down by herself. The verbal cue, and then go again. So here we go. G'day. She's got to the full. Picked it. Come here. Not too worried about that. Dead. Good girl. And look at that. She sits waiting for the next one. So if I put that away quickly, I'll then grab the tennis ball again and the racket. I've blown the sit whistle. She knows. Well, she's just, what I've been doing also is blowing the sit whistle, and I've been with Mouse next to her, and I've been walking around going like this, teasing her. Sit. That's it. So she knows. Just a bit more temptation, just getting her to sit up. Sometimes I'll dummy it, and she knows not to go until I say the verbal cue. Okay. Obviously, if I just went and hit it and she saw it, she would go and chase it. But that's just the control that we'll bring in soon. G'day! And there we are, straight out. She's seen it, just as keen for the tennis ball. Probably more keen than the tennis ball, than the dummy launcher. Here, come here. Dead. Come here. Dead. Good girl. Good girl. So, like I say, I think she's ready for a bit more further training. She seems very interested in it. I'm open to hear any other people's thoughts. And if we go on again, she generally doesn't go too far away. I mean, she loves the tennis game that much. This morning I took her out with Mouse, pinged one out into the field. The tennis ball landed actually in between two hen pheasants which got up, one flew each other direction. She stopped, looked at them, and then just carried on hunting for the tennis ball. So that was probably a stroke of luck as well. Basically, she's very patient, plenty of eye contact, and then go, get on. And there we are. She's just getting head down hunting. Because she's had a couple of finds, I think hunting has stepped up a little bit. But I don't really nag her to go back. I did ask Chris the other day on how he would introduce the turn whistle, because her recall's pretty good. Good girl. Get on in. So I don't have a rabbit pen, but I do have an old pheasant pen and a friend who's got a rabbit. So I have asked him if I can borrow one of his. Chuck it in the pheasant pen. It's got some cover in there. I'm not putting any birds down, haven't done for a couple of years, and using that as a rabbit pen and giving the rabbit back. Hopefully he's still alive. Once I've put the stop on her, let her chase the rabbit, and then I can correct her in the rabbit pen after stopping on chase of a rabbit. So you look at that. What's cruel about this, everyone, isn't it? What's cruel? I've never smacked her backside whatsoever. She's been picked up by the scruff to get in the back of the car, and that is literally it. How can people say this is a cruel way of doing it? G'day! She retrieves off water, off land, all through gameplay and just taking my time. I had big problems with her not wanting to bring the retrieve back. For anyone that's struggling with that, come here. I'd ping the ball out. Probably, come here, dead. In February, what, 2 months ago? Really struggling. If I ping anything close in, absolutely perfect. pinged it out, she'd go get it and would just stand there watching me, going, do you know what, I'm more important than you. And I tried everything. I was like, right, I'm not going to chase after her. Went back to my car, sat in my car for a bit. She'd still sit out in the middle of the field. I was like, right. I went, right, that's it. I'll pretend to drive away. Drove away and sat behind one of the buildings. Sat there for 10, 15 minutes. Went, still nothing. Thought, fuck, someone might have nicked her. She still sat out in the middle of the field. So that time I did sort of try and go after her a little bit. And I did get the ball off of her and I had to con her into running into a pen with the cows. But anyway, so I did have issues with her a couple of months ago. And all I did was, I think she was just getting a bit more possessive over it. I basically went into my farm office, anywhere that was really enclosed, and literally was just, I sat in the chair, and every time she came into me, I'd throw out the ball, say get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, give her the retrieve, and just did everything in real tight proximity so she couldn't really get away. And every time she came back to me, I'd throw her another one, throw it straight away. And that's how we built over that. And then on the odd occasion, if I was sat down at a house or something like that, if she came up to me, I'd give her a stroke and I'd give her something, she'd then walk off with it. So I think for using the psychology aspect of, she then thought, actually, he'll just give me some of these anyway. So that's why I was doing that. Someone advised me to do that, and it seems to have worked along everything. So I did the close retrieving for 2-3 weeks solid every day, or well, 5 days a week, because she is a very keen retriever. And yeah, then went back out with a tennis racket, and this is what I've got now, really. So persistence does pay off. You just got to make sure you don't lose your cool. I was very close to at certain times, but that's another thing I've learned, is just literally you've got to be as cool as a cucumber. G'day. There we are. Straight there. Lars! Oh, I can back myself up to the hedge quickly and hopefully she won't run round me. Come here. Come here. That's it. Oh, dead. And there we are. Sitting automatically. Don't know if you can see that. Sitting automatically, just waiting for the next one. No suppression whatsoever. I think she is ready. She is just in the middle of her first heat as well, so she has like not been as fiery as she has been pace wise, but I think she's there. I don't mind waiting another month, 2 months, 3 months if people think that I should. A trainer who I know on the estate where I work, he said, if you don't watch out, you'll have a dog that you won't be able to control. Put the stop on her now. But you know, that's also, you know, he's had spaniels. I think he knows what he's talking about. But I don't know. Just because I got 3 weeks off, I'm thinking, do I put the stop on her and put some work into her because I've got 3 weeks off work, or shall I give it another 2 months, wait until she's 11 months old, something like that, maybe even a year old before putting the stop on her? I'm not too sure. Open to suggestions. I want this to be the best dog that I've had, and I think she's got the potential to be the best dog that I've had, and I've got a lot more knowledge than I've ever had. Still learning, still very much learning, so yeah, open to suggestions on that. We'll do one more with the dummy launcher and then we'll call that it. So look at that, steady. No suppression whatsoever. Just her waiting for that next retrieve. Minnie, g'day! Look at that, second time retrieving that. Straight in, straight back. Come here. Come here. Come on. Dead. Dead. Good girl. And I know she's really soft-mouthed. She carries eggs when I go in the chicken pen when they were allowed outside. She was carrying eggs around in her mouth, parading around like being happy as Larry. Let's go one more further retrieve the other way. So yeah, again, would like to know people's thoughts on whether to put the stop on her now, or do I wait a little bit. Go on, get on, get on, get on. G'day! You never saw that? Yes, you did. Oh, that's lucky. Lars! So there, she's getting, hopefully you can see that. Her getting to the pool. Here, dead. And that's Minnie, everyone. They say loads of potential, and it's going to be my summer project. Haven't taken too many videos of her recently. I've got a few which I haven't put up, just so I can see the progress myself. Maybe I should put them up, and yeah, it'd be interesting to see how she progresses during the summer. All criticism, good and bad, I don't care. Dish it to me.